Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at coming up with a new solution for mounting my boards. So let's do this. I know I haven't made a video in forever, but I live in Colorado. It snowed about 1.5 feet in the last 48 hours and it's the end of May 22nd. So I haven't made a video, but that ends today. All right, so if you live in the United States, Walmart sells the thing for garage organizers. I have this one hanging all my hoses and doodads. But what it is, it's a system that you mount to the studs, and the hooks, they make all different hooks, and they actually come off. They can move, they unlock and come off. So I started thinking, well, that's cool for the garage, but what else can I use this for? So here I actually mounted one underneath my home built shelf and mounted all my power tool. I got some new power tool for my birthday and whatnot. So I wanted to get them up out of the way and make them nice. So that's what I did. And then that's when it dawned on me, can I do this to hang my boards on the wall for relatively cheap? We'll say relatively cheap. So I went down to Walmart and picked up a whole bunch of hardware. So these are the prices in my area and in the United States. I'm sorry if the prices are a little off, but you can buy the whole kit that comes with this piece. It comes with 2 of these shorter hooks and then 2 of these round ones. You can buy the whole kit for 40 bucks, or you can buy these individually. This is $11, and then the hooks range anywhere from $6 to $10. These hooks, I got these hoping that maybe I can hang or put the chargers underneath, store the chargers somewhere, helmets, whatever I want. It's a double hook design. So I bought a bunch of these. I bought one of these just to hang the remotes if I don't hang them off of there. And then I bought this big old hose reel thing just to try it because the Cali ain't really heavy. So yeah, my plan is to actually take these and only mount them on 2 studs. So I'm going to cut these in half, mount them on 2 studs. I pre-drill mine and then screw it right into the stud, and hopefully it hangs everything. Let's go see if this is going to work. The tools I'm going to use for the project. Now, if I need more tools, I haven't done it yet. Obviously, if I need more tools, I'll update you on what tool that I use. Some of them are necessary, some of them aren't. I'm going to use a drill to pre-drill holes into this, so I'm not putting wood screw right through this. It's not metal. It's not metal. It looks metal. It's not. It's like a real hard plastic composite material. So I need drills. Drill bits, I need my drill, I need a stud finder, I need a leveling device, I need something to mark the wall with, I need a measuring tape. I'm going to use impact driver in order to put the screws into the studs. It's just easier with this. If you only have a drill, you can get it done. And then I need something to cut this with. I think that you could do it with a hacksaw. If you have a metal bladed hacksaw, you can do it by hand. But luckily I have a Sawzall and I have a finer tooth blade for it. Don't try to use something like this. That's for wood and it's just going to tear that to pieces if it cuts it at all. But yeah, so let's get, I guess, to cutting first. I'm going to go down and measure, find the studs, measure, cut. That's what we're going to do. So in the United States, on any newer build, studs are approximately 16 inches apart. This is my garage, not a finished wall. You can see right where the studs are, where they put the drywall up. So studs are about 16 inches apart. These things from Walmart are 46 inches. So half of that would be 23. That means I could still put this screwed into 2 separate studs if I cut it in half. Hopefully that's long enough. I have no idea. So we're going to cut one and then try it out first. All right, measure 23 inches. I am using a square to make a straight line. Not necessary, but easier. Using a bench vise to hold this so I can cut it. Again, not necessary, easier. That cut way easier than I ever thought it would, and obviously I need to work on cutting a straight line. All right, even though I know that the studs should be 16 inches apart, I'm not going to rely on that information. I'm going to use my stud finder. This was $10 at Walmart. I bought a new one today. It looked nicer than mine. So I'm going to use my stud finder, find the studs, mark the studs, then put them up against it, mark these on the location that I want to drill pre-drilled holes into it, come back up and drill them. Let's do it. If you've never used a stud finder, super easy. I like testing this stuff where I know there's a stud. I'm in my garage again. So turn it on, hold it, drag it across the wall. Oh, look, pretty lights. Right there should be the center of the stud. I look at my wall. It is the center of the stud, so it's working. I'd mark it right there for the center. Okay, so I measured 2 feet up. That's where the first board's going to go, hopefully. 2 feet up from the ground. And then I found my studs. This is why I don't go by 16 inches. This is actually 16 3/4. So marked my studs, then put this up against it, and I put a little dot right there and right there to show me where the studs are. And then I'm going to drill those out. So I followed the mark down. I put 2 holes here, 2 marks here. I'm using a very small drill bit. All I want to do is pre-drill this, so when I put the screw through it, it doesn't split it or hang up on it too much, but I do still want the actual threads of the screw to bite into this. So just using a real small drill bit. I think 7/64 is the one I chose. It should be mentioned that these things come with all the hardware. They come with a whole bunch of hardware. All I'm going to use is the thicker screw. There's smaller wood looking screws, but I'm using the thicker wood screws. That's all I'm going to use. But if you did want to mount it into drywall with drywall studs and crazy hangers and stuff, it comes with all that. Okay, so I put 1 screw in, then put my level on, got it level the way I wanted it to with this end, and then I put another screw in. Now I'm going to put 2 more down here just for added security. Okay, so these are the 3 different hooks that I decided to purchase. I can already tell right now that these are going to be too short. Good thing I only bought 2 of them to try them out. These are going to be too short for the boards I have. So that one's out. Now, I will say this. You need to be able to center the board on your studs, because if you try to, you know, say there's something sitting right here, so you mount this to a stud, but you got to move your board this way. When you put weight here, it does flex this out. So you either need to put anchor here, which I don't think will hold in drywall very well, but luckily for me, this is centered, so I can put the hooks right over the studs where all the weight's going to be. Let's get the Cali, because it's my biggest and heaviest board. Let's get that mounted on these hooks and take a look at it, and then these hooks and take a look at it and see how it turned out. Okay, so hook option number 1, it does sit there. I mean, the hooks move a little bit, not on the wall, but down here, they do have a little bit of flex to them, but that's fine. But it's sitting on there. I can actually pull it out, I don't know, a couple inches before it wants to tip this way, so they're just barely long enough. But yeah, it works. Now we're going to take a look at these ones. They have quite a bit of flex to them because they're longer, and it's the same gauge steel. These are made for ladders though, and I got 2 of them. Cali, I don't know, around 50 pounds-ish, I think. So let's put it up there. All right, because of these, the Cali does sit at an angle, as you can see, but it's, I mean, these flex, but it's not going to pull out of the wall. It's actually holding it really well. These, I guess, if you mount it the way that they intend for you to mount it with all the different hooks, they're capable of like 75 pounds or something like that. So it's going to be fine. I think for the Cali, I actually do like the hooks. I don't want it sliding off. I don't want it falling off. So the Cali might stay with the hooks. We'll have to see once I start stacking. I think I'm going to do 2 feet apart. I don't know. But just repeat that process for however many boards you have. I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm just going to get all these mounted and then see the end result. Let's do this. Okay, here's what the finished project looks like. I know there's a big gap right here. That's because the Cali going here, and that's a big board. But for those that have normal boards, these, I spaced them from the bottom lip here to the top lip here, 8 inch, because these are 4 inch wide. So yeah, get a measuring tape. It doesn't look like it. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's what I tried to do. Yeah, 8 inches. And these are Oh, they're 3.5 inches wide, that's why. So I did 8 inches from the top to the top, which does create a little bit of a problem. I'll show you in a minute. All right, so this is ridiculous because I have so many boards. That's why I did it like this. But use your imagination, okay? The pieces, they will lock underneath each other. So there's a tiny little lip right here, and there's a small gap back here. So if I can slide that back here, see, they will lock behind each other. So if you only have 1 or 2 boards, then realistically, you can mount a board up here, mount this underneath, use different hooks, or use these, whatever. Put another hook in the middle, and you could hang your helmets, your cables, your remotes, everything else underneath the board. I have too many, and I don't want to be reaching up to the ceiling to try to put a board up here. So that's why I did them so close. If I wanted to, I can mount another one of the, like on the wall over here. You can hang helmets on them. You can, I mean, the sky ain't the limits on this, guys and gals. Sky ain't the limits on it. So use your imagination, come up with your own design. If you do end up using this, just shoot me a picture or, you know, comment it, whatever, that you used it, if you liked it, if you didn't. Now, this kind of goes without saying, but do this at your own risk. I have no idea how much weight this wall can hold outwards like this. And I have no idea, even if I knew that number, because this is sitting out inches away from the wall, how much that multiply the weight holding it down. So if one day you load up the wall with 10 boards stacked over the top of each other and you wake up in the morning and the wall falling down, I'll be with you. My wall will be collapsed too. I have no idea. Do it at your own risk. And presto, that's what the finished project looks like. In addition to what I did, I cut these in half because I wanted them in a small area. If you have a longer wall to do this on, you could leave these full length, what, 46 inches, is stick way out here. You can mount a board, and then you can put helmets and remotes and everything on chargers on the side of it if you leave these at the full 46 inches. Okay, I know what you're saying. That's great and all, but realistically, how much is this going to cost me? I'm going to show you the prices that I paid for each of these, and then you can multiply it. So one strip of this, which is 46 inches, I cut them down to 23 a piece. One strip of this, and about $12. Each of the hooks with the double one down here that are just long enough to hold these boards, just long enough. These are like $9.97 a piece. We'll call them $10 a piece. So you got 11 and then $10 a piece for these hooks. And then these hooks, if you want to mount it like this, and I'll throw a regular board. I'll throw the Onsra on there to see if it'll lean up against the wall like the Cali does and look all cool. But these were only like $7 or $8 a piece. So do your math, multiply it out, and figure out how much it would be for how many boards you have and what you want to do with it. If you want to cut them, if you don't, so forth and so on. So yes, the Onsra, this is the black car version 2. It's at a different angle because the wheels are smaller, but it does sit at an angle and it looks pretty cool with these hooks. In hindsight, I think if I were to do it all over again, because I thought I'm going to be hanging stuff or putting the chargers here. The chargers do fit there. I'll throw them on. Chargers do fit there, but they don't stay there very well. In hindsight, I think I would have bought all of these and put them, you know, staggered the boards all the way up. All right, so there it is with the charger just sitting there. It's stable enough. Not like they're going to fall off. Just not exactly what I had in mind, but it works. Okay, I wasn't satisfied, so I put one more. And this little hanging device is about, I think, $10 to $12 for this one. Now, I should mention that all of these are rubberized. They have rubberized coating over the metal rods. But here's why I put that. And there we have it. So now I have a place to hang all my remotes and my helmet. I can reach it easily. It's a little high, but I can reach it. Now, don't let my limitation in the room that I have or my limitation in my imagination hinder you in any way. You can do all kinds of stuff with this, like especially the hooks under here, right? So say you only have one board. You put it up here about eye level. Then you can take like all your riding gear and stuff, and you can actually put it on hangers and hang it underneath here. How nice would that look to have your helmet here, another, you know, this can be hung on here. And so you can hang your remotes back here. And then you got your jacket hanging over here. And then, I don't know, your helmet here. Like, don't let my limitations stop you. So I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited to share it with everybody and see what you guys think and see what you guys can make out of this. I think it's relatively cheap mounting option, and it got all the boards out of my way and they look amazing. So if you like that video, if you want me to keep making videos like that, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, because it keeps me motivated and it keeps me up in the algorithm for YouTube. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next video.